We're going to be recording this session, so if you do not want to appear in the recording, feel free to turn off your cameras. In any case, we do wish you all, first of all, a very good International Women's Day. We're very pleased that you're all here with us. It's a pleasure to welcome you once more. And so today we're celebrating this amazing day, celebrating the social, economical, cultural, and political achievements of women under the theme of Embrace Equity. And we thank the Mashav alumni and all our friends for joining us this day today. We have with us today 3 amazing panelists. But before we go to our panelists, we would like to hear and welcome our ambassador, Einat Schlein. She's the head of Mashav, Israel Agency for International Development and Cooperation, and Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to say a few words. So thank you so much, Einat, for being here with us.
Thank you very much. I shall say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I don't know if we have any good nights around this virtual table, but happy Women's Day. And it's a pleasure for me to be here with so many of you and welcome you on this special panel organized by MCTC for Mashav, celebrating the International Women's Day. We could definitely dwell into the issue whether we need a special day to celebrate women. I think we're celebrating women from A to Z around the clock. And this is what we're doing. And this is who we are by the fact that we are here, that we lead, that we break glass ceilings, that we do our daily jobs while keeping ourselves, our families, our workplaces, and so on, all intact. That is also I don't want to call it a duty, I will call it a continuous celebration which surrounds us 24/7. But as we know, unfortunately, this is not a perfect world. And in this current day and time, be it in Israel or in other countries around the globe, I still feel the need to emphasize the fact that we should have our own place, our own settings, and equity to all, as obviously men and women are equal. They are not they're not similar, yet they are different, but equal. We should keep up the spirit and make sure that women, which are more than 50% of the population, will have their place at the table. I'm mentioning this as a veteran diplomat these days, after 30 years in the ministry, where I've seen some changes happening. However, at the same time, we were also happy to see the Security Council Resolution 1325 being embraced by so many countries. Yet, so many years later, we still find very few women at the table where decisions are taken. And it could be a local table or an international table. It could be in times of peace or in times of war. Women need to be a part of any discussion and any decision-making mechanism. And I'll confess that 30 years ago or 40 years ago, when I was still a schoolgirl, I thought that when I grow up, things are going to be very different. Unfortunately, not yet. We still have a long way to go, but we should do this while keeping together, making sure that we promote our goals, that we continue doing all the good work that we do in whatever issue we're involved in, keeping our own integrity and our own morals, while striving at any given moment to take the most out of any situation and emphasize our legitimate and main spot at any table. So I'm sure that today we're going to hear some inspiring stories shared by our panelists and learn some more ideas of who we can be if we only dare So I would ask each and every participant here to dare to strive for excellence and to make sure that no one, no man, no woman, no government can tell her that she belongs in a different place but her genuine place at the table. Thank you and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you, Nat. Thank you so very much for your words. And now I would like to give the floor to our wonderful director, MCTC director, Dr. Shachar Rem.
Thank you, Noria. Hello all, hello from Haifa. Thank you for joining us today, not only to stress the importance of International Women's Day, but also to celebrate it. To celebrate women and men working together to promote gender equality globally. Some would say that if equity is the end goal, equality is the end goal, then equity is the means to get there. And at MCTC, the Mashab Carmel Training Center, we believe that education and capacity building are key to any desired progress. For this reason, we continue Golda Meir's vision since 1961 to conduct training activities in the socioeconomic arena with an emphasis on gender equality, still very much needed today. We bring people together from around the world to discuss, to learn, to exchange experiences on how to better the conditions for our global community. With our groups, we look into challenges. We discuss how obstacles can be overcome. We understand that open discussion, sharing of experiences, and learning from one another is the way forward. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador Schlein, for your leadership. And thank you to our speakers for agreeing to share precious experiences with us today. This is what it's all about. And thank you, Noria, for initiating and leading this important event. Let us continue to share, to listen, and to learn. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Shachar. Thank you so much for your words. And yes, today, this day offers us an opportunity to revise and highlight the existing inequalities among genders and the importance of international cooperation to achieve a more secure and safe environment for us all. And we're very proud to introduce today's speakers. We have Lital Leshem with us, Lee Moser, and also Anna Lipnik-Levy. All three form part of an amazing group of women, and together with them, we have prepared a short video by Israeli leaders expressing their impact wishes for 2023. So if you would allow me, I'm just going to share my screen and you can hear the message directly from them.
I'm Shiran Melamedoff-Somech, a social tech entrepreneur, and my mission for 2023 is to bring together humanity, innovative AI technology, and creativity, all to combat severe social issues.
Ahlan, I am Noor Feroz-Zahar Eldin, and my goal in 2023 is to bridge the employment gaps in the Israeli market by leveraging the initiatives of all stakeholders as a collective effort to make positive changes and make a lasting impact on individuals and communities.
Hi, I'm Nati Danor. In 2023, I'm going to promote diversity and inclusion in the high-tech sector.
Hello, my name is Ayala Dobkin. I own Dobkin PR agency. In 2023, I'm gonna push and promote women to the front line, to the media platforms and stage. And this is my impact.
Hi, I'm Leo Kornblum, and in 2023, I'll be promoting women in fintech and women in high-tech in general to encourage diversity.
Hi, my name is Inbal Orpaz, and in 2023, I would fight for women's rights in Israel and would keep promoting gender equality in the workplace.
Hi, I'm Ital Shemia. I'm excited to make 2023 the year that technology become accessible for all, and use the power of technology to turn idea into reality. I now see incredible potential of generative AI revolution to break down barriers and create a more inclusive society where everyone has an equal chance to succeed.
Hello, my name is Liron Glickman, a business consultant and an international speaker. In 2023, I'm going to keep helping men and women from all over the world to fulfill themselves in their career and business through the power of authentic relationship building. And as an advisor to an external United Nations committee, I'm going to keep promoting climate-related topics.
Okay, so we're back after this short video. Thank you very much. And I don't know if you've seen any of the messages already, but we have people literally from all over the world, from all continents, people from India to Mexico to Cote d'Ivoire, loads of places. I don't want to miss anybody, but I just want to say hello to all our wonderful participants. They are joining us here today. We even have people from America. I just seen someone from Canada and someone from Venezuela. So thank you all for joining us this afternoon. And I would like to leave the floor to our lovely three speakers today. And I will introduce you now to Lee Moser. She is the managing partner of Ant Ventures, and up until now, establishing Ant Ventures, Lee experienced very dynamic and intriguing positions in notable and diverse organizations. Lee rose to the position of Chief of Staff to the Israeli Ambassador Michael Oren in Washington, D.C., and he was also a senior consultant to BlackRock. On this continual climb in the corporate world, Lee became a partner at an Israeli early stage fund led by women. In this capacity, she headed partnership and investor relations for the organization and worked with hundreds of investors, family offices and corporations worldwide. Having become a viable and active angel investor, Lee established her own renowned and sought-after company, Ant Ventures. She holds a bachelor's degree from Tel Aviv University and an MBA from Kellogg Northwest. So thank you so much for being with us. We also have with us Lital Leshem. She's an Israeli-American entrepreneur and corporate advisor, experienced in rapidly scaling up startups into successful operating companies. She's currently a managing partner and at Beyond Venture Capital Company based here in Israel. Furthermore, she's also a co-founder of Carbine, the world's premier cloud-based public safety solution. And she's also an award-winning innovator. Lee has been featured as a Forbes 30 Under 30 and is the winner of the Tel Aviv Startup Challenge. She is a founding member of the UEA Israel Business Council and captain in the Israel Defense Forces. Lital has a strong track record of scoping and implementing complex technology-enabled embedded solutions for governments, military organizations, and civilian customers. And finally, with us also, we have Anna Lipnik-Levy, a serial entrepreneur. In the past few years, she co-founded 3 companies in investment and consulting to early stage startups. She's an expert in global marketing and communication strategy, in building super brands. She has extensive experience for her executive management roles in international tech companies, tech corporations, in leading cross-platform marketing moves in building global marketing strategies for startups. And among other things, she has established the Samsung and Huawei marketing divisions here in Israel and is currently focusing on consulting to CEOs and helping them build their global brands. Over the past decade, Anna has been a mentor to startups and a lecturer in various universities and accelerator programs. So thanks again all for being with us here today. And I think I will start with a general question to you all and see which one wants to take it on. What do you think, in your opinion, needs to be done to ensure that women have access to the same opportunities that men have? So I don't know which one of you wants to take this one on first.
I can start. First of all, thank you so much for having us. It's a real honor, and I really wish that maybe someday we will not need a day to mention that we are women and we need our place in the business world, especially. But we are here today to take the stand and take their place in the decision-making places. So I think that first of all, there must be an understanding of the importance of equal opportunities that I feel that today is missing. We see what happens in Israel and all over the world. It has to happen bottoms up and top down. The agenda must be led from the government side, decision maker sides. It doesn't matter from which industry, but the responsibility will always still be in our hands every day. We need to claim the opportunities in our day-to-day and fight for it. We cannot escape from that. But in general, actions that I believe that we must take in order to improve our place is, of course, education. I have 3 young daughters. They go to school. I teach them, and I talk to them about the fact that all the opportunities are open for them. There is no difference between them and other boys, but still the teachers are women, and the WhatsApp groups are mostly mothers. So I think that from a very early stage, we need to make sure that this happens, that we are talking to them about it, and the education penetrates to all places. In terms of a more general side, the regulation, we need to enable new business norms. I feel that we are still missing, and there is a huge gap over there that we need to make sure that happens. It will open up new opportunities for women. And of course, the power is also in our own hands. You've seen the beautiful video that Nuria showed. All of these are women that are taking a stand and don't let any man to put them aside. And I wish that all of us will do it all the time.
Thank you, Anna. Very true. Lital or Lee, would you like to also give your take on this one?
Sure. I think, first of all, a pleasure being here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I think in continuous to what Anna mentioned on education, I think there is much more awareness today regarding diversity and inclusion in the workspace. But I think what we should really do is promote positive role models for women. I mean, reality-wise, I think today there's a lot of successful and strong women that are setting an example for the younger generation and inspiring them and giving them the will to dare and to be bold and to work tirelessly and achieve their goals and thrive. And I think that's what we need to be focusing on, being out there and setting this example.
Thank you, Lital. Thank you so much. And it's so true. Lee?
I'm just going to add, first of all, honor to be, and I see women for so many places. And I feel a sense of community, and this is what I want to focus on. I think I agree that the power is in our hands, but I guess our hands are different in any country and any place in the world that we're coming from. And some places has more opportunities, and some places has more resources, and some not. And something that we all share in all of the countries that are here is that we have a sense of community. And I found out when I'm in a community of women, and when I'm surrounding myself with strong, smart, and supportive women, I'm more successful. So this is something I have a control on, like who are the women that are surrounding me? It can be a family, it can be friends, it can be, the work. And how do I use this sense of community to grow into a position that I want to grow into or want to take? Help, of course, in many ways, and network in many ways. So for me, just to add to my two great colleagues is to see what we have surrounding us and leverage it to where we want to be.
Thank you so much.
Because we're good at community. Yep.
That's beautiful, beautifully put. And talking about community, I think I forgot to say that to all our participants here, they are very, very welcome to use the chat and to write in there any comments that they may have for our panelists, or if they want to ask them any questions as we go along. And we try to promise to get to as many questions as we possibly can, okay? Now, based on your experience, because you all have a lot of background experience in the tech industry or have worked with them anyway, how do you feel that the technology can actually help to boost greater equity and opportunity for women around the world?
So I'll take that first.
Okay.
Let's see. So technology, in a sense, is the biggest social mobilizer in the world. It can bring us from a place to a place, obviously, but virtually give us tool to build our social but also economic support. And I think technology gives women the opportunity to work from different places, to bring to their life many tools that they couldn't if they didn't have a technology. Technology is not only an app, it's the internet itself, it's the way of communication, it's the way of sending information or receiving information. And then back to the education that Anna, you discussed before, right? So how do I use this tool to be more informed and more educated on the aspect I want to grow in? And I think this is the biggest advantage of technology today, the ability to consume knowledge and the ability to use this knowledge into my own personal growth, my community growth, my professional growth. And very, very important, kind of from my perspective, is how women can achieve economic growth and economic freedom. And I think technology can help and can provide that for many women around the world. So, yeah.
Thanks, Lee.
I very much agree with what Lee just said. I think overall technology has the potential to be a powerful tool in promoting equality and opportunity for all of us, for women, for men, for all of us around the world, by just providing us with access to everything, and specifically access to education. It can provide us with the ability to learn and consume content from remote, even from places that don't have the resources to do that, and also to empower entrepreneurship. Today, the entry barriers to opening your own business and facilitating your own business is not that limited. I mean, in order for me to open an e-commerce platform or marketing agency, I'm not really dependent on any other authorities. I can actually use technology and gain the skills and do it myself, which is amazing in today's world. And I think using technologies in order to be independent, stronger, smarter, and more capable is something that is amazing.
Thank you.
I'll just add to this that a few days ago, I've seen a few items in the media that the AI is also biased. And if you're looking for pictures of a pilot or a doctor, you'll see a man. And if you're looking for a secretary, you'll find women's pictures. So I think that also in the technology level, we have some work to do. But I totally agree with what my colleague mentioned. I think that one more layer, besides the remote work and the flexibility, which is super important, is the access to healthcare. I feel as a woman and as a mother that we always come, I at least feel, and that we always come last. We have the tendency to take care of ourselves less than for our children and our, our business and our family. So technology today can really improve the access of healthcare to women, which is super important for us to take care of ourselves. And of course, I'll just add one more thing, the e-commerce, as Lital said, opening up your own business, the e-commerce is endless opportunities for women to enable them to start grow their own business and succeed on their own. No limits in that.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that you mentioned earlier was the fact that we need more role models. And here at our center, we certainly feel very connected to that message. But we wanted to hear from you who actually inspired you, which women inspired you the most and why. Any of you can start this one.
I can start. I think that along my path, I was working in a much more man-dominated environment. I came from the defense industry, HLS, public safety, aviation, which are more of a man-dominated fields. And I always felt like I was measured by my skills and not necessarily by my gender. And I want to say that I just came back from the US yesterday, and there is a new Netflix series called Live to Lead, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, yes.
It's about 30 minutes of inspiring life stories of amazing people. One of them is the Prime Minister of New Zealand and Ruth Ginsburg. Amazing stories, very, very inspiring. So there's a lot of women who inspired me along the way, but the ones who really affected me are the ones that I got to work with during my journey, during the path. One of them is right here on the panel, Lee, which is currently my partner, which I'm getting a lot of pleasure working with and honored to be working with and learning a lot from. So along the way, we meet those amazing people that really penetrate your heart and have a lot of influence on you.
Thanks, Lital. Lee, how about you?
Go for it, Anna.
Okay, I'll just say that I can really relate to what Lital said, that I also grew up in between men in my professional journey, and I feel that in the past I didn't have role models because it was looking at really great and outstanding people from the books or movies. I didn't feel like it related to me, but today I'm surrounded with so many inspiring women that I feel that they are changing the world every day for themselves, for other women. They open the door for other women and for the greater good. And really, I find myself every day amazed by their motivation and the actions they take. And I feel that from there, I'm taking a lot of inspiration. The group that we created, that you've seen a part of them in the short movie, I feel that we are like closed bubble of very strong women that pushes one another, that helps one another, and we are not coming from the same places, not from the same disciplines, but the inspiration comes from there every day with a personal touch, with a personal push to one another. And I feel that if Lee talked in the beginning about communities, I can really relate to that too. I think that our small communities of women that help each other, that open the door to each other, this can really create a change.
Thanks, Hannah. Lee?
So I guess for me it was several women and men that I took example from, starting, I would say, by my mother, that said that she never tried to stop me, although some things that I wanted to do was different or weird or out of the box. Just let me be myself and grow into the position that I wanted to. And then really it's a combination. Like there are women that I work with in foreign ministry. I had a pleasure to work with a few very strong diplomats. I was very young, and they embraced me into this role and taught me a lot. And through the VC where I was partnering in before establishing AND, it was 2 women, and we were 18 women in the fund. So again, coming back to the community, when you have strong women that you work with and you're partnering with, as Lital mentioned, we're partnering right now, and it's elevating. So it was several people, men and women. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for your answer. And I have to say, from speaking to so many of our participants over the years, when we ask the same question, it's nice to see that there is always someone close to them. So as you were describing, is the people you work with, or many of them mention their mothers as their inspiration, as someone, as their role model. Which is great that mothers are considered that way, thank goodness. But yes, it's generally people close to us that they help us along the way, and they inspire us to reach higher and work harder and get there. So thank you for your answers. And I'd like to ask you now regarding self-doubt. How do you actually manage self-doubt if you suffer from it? Because it may not be the case, but if you do from time to time, how do you manage this?
I can personally say that I'm sure that each one of us has a certain point when we feel uncertain. It's natural. The question is, how do we deal with it? So I know that at times like this, I remind myself with all my past accomplishments, if I feel that I'm stuck or I'm not really in my highest points, and not taking it to a very low place. I'm reminding myself of the things that I've done. And sometimes I just need the time. Things are not, a math question. Sometimes we need the time in order to go over it. And as I said, I'm surrounded by so many great women that I feel that sometimes a good talk with one of them takes me back to the right place, to my confident place, and to move forward, to leave it there and to say it's okay to have doubts or to feel uncertain and to move forward.
Lital?
I completely agree with what Anna just said. Each time that I feel down or I need somebody to remind me of things that I'm willing to do, able to do, capable of doing, I would find or call a good friend. It will always be a woman that I trust, that is on my side, that I can consult with and get a good and objective answer. More than that, I think being an entrepreneur is a real roller coaster that each and every one of us is experiencing in her day-to-day. I want to say that I always steer to get better by learning, by consuming content, by hearing podcasts, by reading. I'm very much aware of my strong points and my weak points as well. And I constantly work on developing methods to grow my skill set and implement it in my day-to-day.
Thank you, Lital. Lee, do you have ever any self-doubt?
Of course, every day. It really depends in the mood, but and how bigger are the doubts. I guess, like any human beings, I got frustrated and I try to solve and resolve. And any day there are many, many doubts that I feel that I need to challenge myself with. Some of them, it's a matter of experience. If you do something enough time, you have the answers and you have the experience to deal with it. And then some of that and new things, you think that you suffer alone or you deal with it alone, and then you talk to people and you see that other people has answer for you. So I think as women, we have the qualities that we're more open or more talkative, and we need to take advantage of it when we feel that we need to solve something or we are alone. And this is a big advantage that we have. As mentioned at the beginning, we're not the same, but we're equal. But this is something that we as women should leverage. We speak, like to speak, we like to be open on stuff, and then we see that other people experience the same.
This is true. This is true. Some of our participants comment that their background, where they live in, they don't necessarily have the same access to tech that we here in Israel have. And we wanted to ask you, what advice would you give them to those women looking to break into tech-related or leadership roles within their own communities, taking that into account?
I would say be persistent, advocate for one another and for yourself and as well, and don't let setbacks discourage you from pursuing your goals.
Good.
I'll add another thing that is coming from my marketing world is another thing is you can, social media is for free, and you can use that in order to start building your own brand. Is it something that you're interested in, a type of job, a type of work that you're interested in and you want to learn more? You can start working on your social avatar to tell the world how good you are in this take out the abilities that you have that can be suited for this kind of jobs or circles in order to be relevant. Of course, you will not start writing or talking about things that you do not understand, but you can share your interests, you can feedback on events, you can go into webinars, you can go into podcasts and listen to other people that are talking about it. You can be in circles that people will understand that you are part of it. You are part of this industry. You are part of this interest, this joint interest, and building your own brand slowly, but precisely and professionally might get you exactly to where you want. And in the internet, you have no limit. So you can be relevant to every place in the world.
For me is maybe to do it step by step. So when you look at your vision or your goal or where you want to be, sometimes it looks really big. So you just need to start plan it as a step by step. If I want to get into that position, or I want to build that company, or I just want to go out there and work. So what will be the first step that I'll do? And then after I'll do the first step, well, what will be the second? And I think it's very important to look into the little details and the day-to-day details to be able to achieve the greater goal. So start from little and from small changes in your life, and then slowly get into where you want to be. Work, education, entrepreneurship, relationship, everything.
Thanks. Before we because I'm conscious of the time, before we move into taking some questions from the audience, I wanted to ask you a question regarding feedback from other women as to how they're regarded within their workplace, and if they feel the equities and equality is something that they experience or no. Do they comment to you on this topic? How do you ever get any feedback from them? How do they feel?
I'm not sure I understood the question.
Well, sometimes when you're talking with your colleagues or with other ladies, if they ever give you any comments about how their career is progressing, how is it going, did you get any feedback as to, I want to go here, but unfortunately, I feel that I'm not getting there because it's a very male-dominated area, or I wish I could enter this, but I don't feel confident enough to do it. Do you ever have this kind of conversations?
Of course, many times, every day actually. Yeah, it's a dominant male world, and we know that, and we understand that, and I hear that every day, and I feel that many things that Lee mentioned and Lital mentioned, and that I said before, these are really important steps to start building your own confidence and not give up, to learn, to explore, to believe in yourself, to get help from others, to build your network, to be present where things that you are interested in are there. If it's online events or offline events, if it's you know, anything that is related, be present, don't give up. And I know that it sounds like a cliche, believe in yourself, but really small steps and small accomplishments can really help us build our belief in ourselves. So don't look for the huge success, look for the small success that can build the internal feel that we are okay, we are in the right place, and you know, we move forward. Every proactive approach can help us much more than just, you know, say I can do it.
Thanks. Lee or Lital?
Well, Anna said it very accurately, but I guess the only thing I would add is don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Just not only from your friends, I mean, from your network. Feel comfortable enough to step up and say, I need help doing this. I need help connecting to this person. I need help entering this event. I would like to go forward and I don't know how to do it and I need help. And those people around you will surprise you pretty often. And it's always worth the shot.
Thanks. Lee?
I know how many times I asked
I agree.
for help.
I have nothing to add on this one. I'm totally agree with that.
So in that case, how do you think you can all work together to create a more inclusive and equitable society?
It just, as business owners, I think we need to hire more women. Like, this is the biggest impact we can do. Partnering with women, hire women. I don't want to say prefer, because I do want to say that it's important to take the one that is the most relevant for the position, but there are enough women that are. So just be open to that and don't discriminate. And I think we can do it. This is what we do. We have 9 out of 12 people in our firm are women. So that's
Great.
what we can.
Lital or Anna, what would you say about working to more equitable and inclusive society?
I think it's a mutual deal. As we all mentioned, I met so many CEOs of companies that told me I can't find women. I publish a job description, I get only men. When I do get a woman's CV, she asks for 30% less than a man at the same position. So it's a totally mutual deal from both sides. Education, trainings, women open doors to other women. That is a fact, much more than men. So I think that if we will see more and more women in senior positions, in decision-making positions, things will get better. but the responsibility will always be in a certain way also on our side. You see a job you like, go for it, apply. You want to ask for a more salary, you know, put bigger numbers. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. By the way, you know, entrepreneurs take chances every time, every day. This is the game in entrepreneurship, in the high tech, in the business world. Taking chances. You want to be a part of it, take a chance, and, you know, be bold and dare, go for it.
Thanks, Hannah. Any other remarks you would like to make on that one? Because this is something actually here in our center promote very much with all our courses and all our activities. And we have these application forms that our participants will complete and fill in and send them over. And we always try to have a bigger percentage of ladies into any of the courses. Why? Because we want to empower women and give them those opportunities which normally they may not have always to travel to Israel and take part of a course or to sometimes the first time they even go abroad. But depending on the topic, we find that sometimes we don't get enough applications coming from women. So we need to go back to our embassies and ask them and say, listen, I'm sure you can find more women, find us more women. They're there, we know they are there. So, and they do come through. Sometimes it takes a little bit of more searching, but we do find them. And we're very proud that of the work that we conduct here and getting more and more women into the forefront. And we're seeing some amazing ladies doing incredible things in their own communities to advance other ladies, and it's wonderful to see. And also men are fabulous at promoting women's rights and promoting the advancement of ladies. So thank you all. I'm going to see if my colleague Tamar has now collected any questions or comments from our audience.
So there's one question from Guatemala about what to do when even technology is out to access. This is Zinadai in Guatemala. So what do you think? And I have another question for later if we have time also.
Did you get the question?
The question
Yes.
was if there is no access to technology or to communication.
Yeah, so the question is, what do you do when even technology is out to access? She's talking about having a non-profit organization that work with remote in Guatemalan villages. And she wants to understand what you do when you don't have the access for like the technology and also health and education and everything. So this is one of the questions from the chat. If you have any advice.
I'll just say that, you know, from these kind of problems, companies are born. So it's an opportunity to create something and to be a leader in your own country and in your own place, and to learn from other places, because there are so many case studies and so many companies that were established from real acoustic problems in other places. So it might be interesting to take it as a challenge. I don't know what exactly is the situation in Guatemala, but or how much is the government involved in these kind of places, or who are the people that can really control and change. But it's if you have the drive, thank you, to find answers, it's a good place to start.
Definitely. The best solutions and the best startups are born out of a real need. So if you recognize the challenge, you can solve it.
Thanks, Hannah and Lital. Tamar, any other questions or comments you would like to share with us from the group?
Yes, so I have a more general question. It's about maybe the lesson or a story that you can share from your experience that is unique because you're a woman, because we are working in the tech or the, in the industry mostly conducted by men. So something, a lesson or story we can take with us from this amazing conversation. Was I clear? I'm trying to. Yes, okay.
I'm not sure, it's not from my everyday work, but I really believe in you can't be what you can't see. And somewhere it needs to start, the role modeling, to see that women can reach everywhere. So last year, we took the challenge of creating an event of 26 women from different places, different jobs, different verticals, and created, put all of them on the stage and talked about building brands, building companies, building initiatives, in order to show that you can come from really different backgrounds, to come from different education systems, from different places, and still accomplish your dreams. So I believe that if each one of us that really wants to move forward and show the example, others will follow, and it will open more doors. So I hope I answered your question, but I really believe that if you can see, you can be, and it will give others examples and the strength to do.
Thank you, Anna. Lital or Lee, do you have any other experience you would like to share?
Well, I can say that it's not a story. It's just something that I did about 6 years ago when I was on a junction. I didn't really know what I want to do next. And when people asked me what I want to be or what I want to do when I grow up, I was always very much annoyed by that question, because I didn't really have the experience to say, I want to be that in 5 years. I see myself on this or this role or job going forward. And one of the best, very simple advices that a good friend gave me was to start having coffee with a person that I don't know every day along the week. And from every meeting that I had, I was trying to initiate a new meeting with a new person that I don't know, and empower and increase my network. And with that, after 5, 6, 7, 12 meetings, I met the person which I founded my next venture with. And I mean, people are people are people. And by that's the best advice I ever got, and forwarding it to you.
Nice.
I'll add to that, Lital, and I'll take you one step further. I always say yes to a meeting, and you never know what will come out at the end of the meeting. But after you know what you want to do, after you already know, when you got the meeting, come with an ask. Okay, we met, this is me, this is what I want to do, this is what I need from you. And the ask is a very, very important thing that I think sometimes we as women, we're lack of. So when you know what you want to do, or you're already doing something, or you're thinking about something, or you need help, or anyone to promote you, just ask it. Like, ask it clearly, and finish any meeting with an ask, or any email with an ask. Because if you don't have an ask, it's very hard for other people to join your journey. So kind of following that
Thank you so much. Thank you. And Lital, you must have drank a lot of coffee. But anyway, I have a question. I know I'm very conscious of the time. I don't want to keep you too long. But I do have a question from a very dear participant of ours, Juna Mathena. She's from Nepal. And she would like to ask Anna about the importance of entrepreneurship education and how can this be included in the syllabus?
Yeah, I'm reading it about the importance of entrepreneurship education. I can tell you from my personal experience from my home that right now it doesn't come enough from school, from education systems. So I'm trying to do it by myself with my daughters. My daughters are 7, 9, and 11 years old. And I'm trying to teach them entrepreneurship with very simple tools of, you know, prepare cookies and go sell them, create short videos and interview one another. I'm trying to do it with small things that we are really used to do it in the business world in a later stage, but sometimes when we get to there, we are not prepared enough, and I feel that women are not prepared enough to be on stage, to talk about how they feel, to be in a decision-making table and say their own opinion without being afraid. So I think that the confidence of a woman in a later stage comes from entrepreneurship education from home. This is what I think. I think that this is something that even though the education system can be amazing in certain places, it's still coming from us, from the mothers, the fathers, and the way that we behave at home, how we talk about money around the table. It's great to talk about money, about gaining money, about working hard, about accomplishing your own dreams, about doing things that are sometimes are not for money, but are for your soul and for, you know, for your internal growth. So I really feel that we cannot put this responsibility on others. This is ours at home. And this is what I'm trying to do.
Thank you very much, Anna. I don't know if either Lital or Lee would like to add on anything about education and entrepreneurship. No, but it's, and I know we're running out of time. I'd like to leave just one more minute of your time to hear from our director, Shachar Rem, please.
Yeah, thank you, Noria. I would like to, you know, at MCPC, we're mostly women working in practical ways. So, you know, we have a lot of discussions. We look at UN resolutions and we learn a lot of theories, but we also want to be useful. And I think that today is an amazing discussion with a great network of women and men. And I'd like to invite you to continue this discussion, to find each other through our network. You could use our LinkedIn and our Facebook, or even watch the recording of this event and see people's names, and keep the network going. This is really, I think, Lital, you mentioned that, and me as well, and Anna. This is what it's all about, that we will be relevant to one another in our path, and we appreciate this network and would like to invite everyone to continue that, to see this as one meeting, as an introduction, as a beginning, and to continue the discussion through an actual ongoing network. So thank you.
Thank you, Shachar. Thank you so much. And I want to thank
very much.
Deeply your time, to Anna, to Lital, and to Lee. Honestly, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I hope you'll come to our center. when we
We
have
will.
groups here, please, we're really looking forward to actually have you here in person. And to all our participants, a big thank you. To those that arrive a little bit late, don't worry, we've recorded it, so we'll share it with you afterwards. And to all these beautiful women and men, I wish you a really good day. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shalom.